Do subscribe to the channel. Biofortified foods. The global market wants biofortified foods to be branded separately, just like organic products. About biofortified foods. Biofortification is an agricultural nutrition intervention that boosts the concentration of vitamins and minerals in food crops using conventional breeding, agronomic, and transgenic methods. Biofortification is different from fortification as it involves the selection of crops that have high nutrient content. Fortification normally involves the addition of nutrients during processing. Biofortified foods in India. Scientists at the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, ICAR, have been developing biofortified crops in India with a view to eradicating malnutrition amongst the poor sections of the society. As per the ICAR website, they had developed 21 varieties of biofortified staples including wheat, rice, maize, millets, mustard, and groundnut by 2019-20. These biofortified crops have 5 to 3 times higher levels of protein, vitamins, minerals and amino acids compared to the traditional varieties. Techniques of biofortification. Conventional breeding. The aim is to transfer the desired traits, such as increased vitamin or mineral content, to the new crop varieties. Selective breeding. Researchers identify and select crop varieties with naturally higher nutrient content, known as donor or parent lines. These lines are then crossbred with local varieties to create new hybrids with improved nutritional profiles. Backcrossing. This technique involves crossing a biofortified crop with a locally adapted variety for several generations while selecting for the desired nutrient content. Marker-assisted selection, MAS. To speed up the breeding process, genetic markers associated with the desired nutrient traits are identified and used to select and track the presence of these traits in the offspring. Biotechnology. This approach allows for more precise control over the nutrient content, but it is subject to rigorous regulatory scrutiny. Transgenic approach. Scientists introduce genes from other organisms into the plant's genome, which encode enzymes or proteins involved in the synthesis of specific nutrients. This leads to the production of the desired nutrient in the crop itself. Gene editing, CRISPR-Cas9. This advanced biotechnological tool allows for targeted modifications of specific genes in the crop's genome to enhance nutrient content. Hybridization. This technique involves crossing two genetically distinct parent lines to produce hybrid seeds with improved nutritional characteristics compared to the original varieties. Mutagenesis. In this approach, plants are exposed to mutagenic agents, e.g., radiation or chemicals, to induce random genetic mutations. These mutations can sometimes lead to beneficial traits, such as increased nutrient content, which are then selected and propagated. Benefits of biofortification. Reaching the undernourished in rural regions effectively. The biofortification plan aims to incorporate the micronutrient-dense feature in the highest yielding and most lucrative varieties to benefit farmers and poor people. For welfare motto, under the midday meal scheme, the micronutrient value of the meals can be greatly increased by incorporating biofortified crops. The nutritional status of those living below the poverty line could be impacted by the inclusion of biofortified crops in the PDS. Sustainability of biofortification. Unlike other techniques of supplementation, once the crop is introduced with a nutritionally better trait, its seeds and products will contain the same genotype and the cycle will continue without much more expenditure. Cost-effective. By incorporating some nutritionally better features into their seed variety, biofortified seeds improve the variety of crop. Therefore, for the same cost of seed, farmers can obtain nutritionally better seed for the production. Challenges for biofortified foods in India. Consumer acceptance. One of the significant challenges is the lack of consumer acceptance, particularly when it comes to changes in the appearance, taste, or texture of biofortified foods. For example, the golden rice, which is genetically modified to produce beta-carotene, provitamin A, faced resistance due to its yellowish color, even though it addresses vitamin A deficiency. Last mile reach and accessibility. Ensuring that biofortified foods reach the most vulnerable and nutritionally deficient populations in remote and rural areas can be a logistical challenge. Farmer adoption and cost. Farmers may be hesitant to switch from their traditional crops to new biofortified varieties due to uncertainties about crop performance, market demand, and potential changes in farming practices. Additionally, the initial costs of acquiring biofortified seeds or materials might be a concern for resource-limited farmers. Time and resources for non-GMO methods. While biofortification using non-genetically modified methods is generally considered safe and more widely accepted by some consumers, it can be a slower and resource-intensive process compared to genetic modification. Risk of excess iron. The segments of the population, such as men and individuals with certain medical conditions like thalassemia and sickle cell anemia, excessive iron intake through fortified foods may pose health risks. High iron levels have been associated with an increased risk of chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension. Initiatives of the government to promote biofortified food. ICAR has published several biofortified crop types that are high in micronutrients including iron, zinc, and beta-carotene through its various research. Examples include sweet potatoes strong in vitamin A, BHU sona, high zinc wheat, WBO2, and zinc and iron-rich rice cultivars, DRR Dhan 45, CR Dhan 310. Krishi Vigyan Kendras, KVKs. These KVKs, developed by ICAR, act as information and resource hubs for agricultural innovations in biofortification. Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, RKVY, program has been crucial in promoting biofortified crops by providing finance for development, research, and marketing initiatives.